There's a space between what we say we want to do in our work with people who live with disability and what we actually do. And that space is something that we like to refer to as the integrity gap. The integrity gap sort of talks about it, the tension that is created when we recognize that we're saying something and then not living up to, in fact, what we're saying. And it's not a negative thing as long as we're aware of it, as long as we kind of focus on the knowledge that that's happening. When we recognize that it's happening, a great deal of opportunity opens up for us. And it happens in a number of different ways and in places. One of the opportunities is that we become more self-aware. We can become introspective and gain great insight into what is it about what's happening right now that's causing me to sit still. So we often say that we want to work in a context that reflects person-driven principles and practices. And what we find ourselves doing is really more system-oriented or system-driven approaches. And as a result of that, we ask people to perhaps settle for less than the desire that unfolded in front of us in the first place. And we may actually justify using a system sort of approach by saying that we don't have enough time, don't have enough money, not enough staff. Love to do this. We'll do a little bit of this, and we'll help people to be okay with that. We'll say it's better than it was, and help people to kind of feel good about that and accept that. It's a problem because we're delivering less than what we really want to deliver, and we recognize that the person deserves more than that good enough is not good enough. It's an opportunity when we sit back and actually reflect on that and recognize that. And here's the interesting part. It's the opportunity for us to express and exercise our personal freedom. And that is the freedom to decide how are we going to be in relationship with this individual. It's the freedom and it's the opportunity for us to engage in mutual partnerships with that person, to be willing in our own self to not have the answers, but to have some questions, and a really, really important willingness to be vulnerable with that person, to be able to look at them and to say, I see where you're going, I see where you want to go. I don't know how we'll get there, but I'm willing to try. And that not knowing, that place of vulnerability, is probably the greatest gift that we can give to people. So when we're in that integrity gap, it's both an opportunity, if we recognize and mobilize it in that way, as a place to shift power with people, or it can be a problem if we decide that what we have to do is just continue to be in power over people and make decisions about why we can't move beyond this.